just hoping she don't feel. Cause when she do, I don't know what I'ma do. All that I heard that y'all was talking, it was comical. Pull up in your city for the evening, what you tryna do? Cause I'm open to it. I know that you missing, but you gon' get through it. I can help with it if you need that. Go and bring the beat back. I don't really listen to the feedback, nah. Told me that she good, she don't need Jack, nah. I'm real proud of the she took just to get to the place that you at today. I couldn't tell you to you straight, I got it.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans.
Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
The loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run. It's Lindsay. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Corey Willis. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago.
What up?
First drive, making the defense.
I was playing the game. I don't know.
Terrific covers where they are plastered to the receivers.
Hey, YouTube.
Taking it away, making the tackle, and going in the other direction.
YouTube it and see.
Sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left in no space to try and run. Really nice job swimming to the ball carrier.
Under pressure, and the Texans get in there for the sack.
I don't know.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. On the gun, it's Williams. Got an open man, that's Campbell. And he is going to have a close first down as they're able to get to 3rd down.
You got your shoes yet?
Defense shaking their heads, not
Them
aggressive
Griffiths.
enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
Oh.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep
I'm trying to get me a pair. They ain't got my size.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so
12.
when that continuity is there,
What size you get?
playing off of each other, but controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going going to run for some big yardage.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. They run with Taylor. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5, about the 4. Nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down. From the 4 now, 3rd and goal. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
4th and goal at the 3-yard line.
Rodrigo Blankenship for the Colts field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Blankenship's kick is good. And the Colts hit the
I got to be up at 3 in the morning.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they want.
Yeah, I'm going to go to sleep after I get through with this game. So I got to go to Memphis tomorrow.
They did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about...
Shit, I just made it in. You heard Big G Mama pass, didn't you?
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
A shotgun snap for Watson. It's complete to Chris Conley. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Give him 30 yards there.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass, and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play.
All right.
First with the pass through the air, a nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 36-yard line.
They've got 2nd and 12 from the 36. Here's Watson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
It's a gain of 6.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there and hit this on completion.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Colts 3, Texans nothing.
They'll run with Lindsey. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Philip Lindsay, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans have taken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz.
Come on, man.
Is intercepted. Picked off by the corner.
Damn.
And his guys are going to take over.
Let the man release the ball.
He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback.
Come on, man. That was a pick all day.
Brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. On the counter, Lindsey. And he's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
On 2nd down and 4. Watson.
Look at that!
At the 7-yard line. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Man, fuck
D.D.
this.
Westbrook, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans will extend their lead. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Texans 14. Colts 3.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Looking deep for Hilton.
Wow, perfect time. I hate saying
Justin Reed.
perfect.
Down inside the 35-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
First play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey.
Really, man.
At the Colts 25.
Oh, boy.
Not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. Blitzes, they come with a little bit short. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. Out of the gun, Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Rhodes on the coverage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again, it's Watson.
Man, come on. That big play. Come on, man.
His first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans push further out in front.
That's a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone to give him points for patience.
This bitch over with, boy. Good game. Shit.
For 6 points.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work.
Look at that.
Yet again.
Oh, every pass is big. This game
is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
fucking good. Big game.
So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
Man, you kidding me. When it rains, it pours, I guess.
Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through.
I'm tired of
to
them bitch
extend
in
the
them.
lead.
Shit.
So after the touchdown, here's
I ain't
Fairbairn
taking nothing
now
from
to
you,
kick it
though,
away.
while you playing.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor.
Rizzo, flag, man.
Before the midfield stripe at the 49. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Wentz. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking deep for Hilton. And got his man complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Throwing on 1st is Wentz. Catch made here by Campbell. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. Campbell making the catch. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll run for it. It's Taylor. That he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor as the first half is winding down. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. And this one through the uprights and good.
28, Colts 10.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace.
No animation at all.
See what they decide to do.
T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. Wentz going to throw. He'll get that one to Taylor complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
They'll try to run for the first with Taylor. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
First down, Colts.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On play action, Wentz. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Throwing now is Wentz. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman that time, but it's going to be 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, trying to get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Wentz to throw again. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll look to run with Taylor. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now.
Makes the score Texans 28, Colts 17. Rodrigo Blankenship.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
18-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Houston. 76 yards, and the Texans will extend their lead. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that 1st touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now Wentz. Looking deep for Hilton. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
The 8-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down. Watson. Oh, he got position on
You
it.
shitting me.
And way up past the 40 before he's taken down. A game there of 30
Okay,
minutes.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. been an easy day for him.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Lindsay on the carry. He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of a yard on the play. Brings up 3rd and
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And able to find Conley.
Same fucking
Here goes
thing.
right side. Touchdown, Houston. Chris Conley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Texans push further out in front.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that one bounces back in the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Hey, they
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
They run once more with Taylor.
And he's got some space here. It's a foot race. He's at the 30. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor.
77 yards. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer.
So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
And they will not get a chance
Come on, Wise up.
this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Come on, buddy.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This is a one-score game. A lot of touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side. They're able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay.
This nigga throwing motherfuckers off from left and right.
34. Call it a gain of 4. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to
This
use
nigga a
timeouts?
cheat
What are they
code.
going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
28-yard line.
On 1st down, Lindsay. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And he'll
find Akins there, complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Ka'imi Fairbairn comes on. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
On the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On the tackle defensively, Jaleel Johnson.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Again, it's Taylor. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Taylor. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Complete to Michael Pittman. A gain of 22 yards.
Wentz now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means it really...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick.
In your face!
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So 15 ticks remaining as they line up for the onside kick. And this will be recovered by the Texans. So victory appears to be in sight. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
12 yards on the play. Leads to third down and 1.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. Takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. Put a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Texans, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis,